Hello everyone, welcome to Redburst US channel. In this video, we'll look at the H1B visa 2024 lot results that are just announced. We'll look at the sample selection notice and common FAQs regarding the same. So what we'll cover in this video is we'll quickly look at the background and you know what the current results look like and how to check the H1B lottery results. Also, we'll look at the trends and other things as well, right? So just to give you a background for if you're new to this, USA's announced that they will accept H1B registration starting from March 1st and it will last until March 17th. But there were some glitches, that were there during the last couple of days. So that's why they in fact extended it, the deadline until March 20th, just by another couple of days, right? So that's what happened. Just to give you a context, last year, USA has released the lottery results on March 25th, which was also a Friday evening. They officially announced the same in the press release on March 29, 2022. So just to give you a context of what happened last year, right? This is what we talked about. Now, looking at, lot results for this year, in fact, we started to see results, late last night, which is a Friday evening. Many users started to get some users started to get notifications. Some lawyers said that they randomly checked and they got this. But eventually, some of them got notifications that look like this morning. It's a notification that says we have taken an action on your case. So this is what the employer or the attorney would get a notification in their inbox. And once you log in, then this is how it would look. This is, in the USA's online system that has a beneficiary on the left hand side, and the status will show as selected, and it will show the beneficiary confirmation number under that as well. If you can see, the current one is 2024. That's what this is. And if you click on under actions, you will see something called view notice. If you click on that notice, then it will open up the selection notice, which you can download, and it's a PDF file essentially, and that's what you'll send. So we'll look at that in the next steps. Again, there were some confusions last night, but again, by today morning, we see more and more users reporting the same. Also, in terms of community updates, so this is how, this is from yesterday and today. Many people updated that they got results and they were selected, in the H1B lottery, and some people posted on Facebook, and also we have a tracker on Visa Grader. So these are various channels that we kind of pull in the information, be it Telegram or be it Facebook, or some of these channels where we got this information. Also, there were some attorneys that said the same, like Reddy Newman Law Firm. They also said that they were able to see some results as well. So again, many attorneys also did inform. So overall, all in all, right, it's not a fake news. That's what we would like trying to convey. And the results are announced, and we'll also look at a sample selection notice as well. Again, so far, if you look at, there is no official USAS update, on their website, or there is a press release from them. So there is literally nothing from there. And this is nothing new, in fact, it is how it looked last year as well. So on a Friday night, you don't expect anything, and it comes out during that same time. So we only see the update from them in the next week. So this year also, they're following the same pattern. In terms of the selection notice, it looks pretty similar to what we had last year, so there is nothing new about it. But if you're new to this, right, the important things you need to look at is the beneficiary confirmation number. It starts with the 2024, and it talks about the case type as H1B registration. So this tells what kind of document this is. Overall, this is an I-79C form. It's a generic form number, right? That's for informing about a case or anything that USS releases. So there's nothing specific to H1B, the form type. But what you need to look at are these details in the document. The case type is something you need to pay attention to. And if you are the applicant, you need to look at your name should be under beneficiary, and the notice date is when it was generated, right? So if you see, it's 3/24, March 24th is when the notice was generated. So, and if you see, the receive date is when they actually filed it. So that's what it tells. Again, if you look at underneath, there'll be like the details of the employer and all sorts of things. What is important to note is they said that, how it was selected, they reached, if you see, the registration was selected towards the projected number to reach the advanced degree cap. So this particular notice is for master's cap. They tell that you need to file between April 1st and 6/30 is June 30th. Again, this is nothing new. This is similar to how it looked last year as well. And this is the service center, Texas Service Center, where you need to file, and that's on the form. So these are all some basic details of how a selection notice looks like. Again, there is no different from last year's, right? So this is a sample one. So this is another sample which has a little more details, shared by the community, right? So if you see the bottom part of it has the company details and the beneficiary details, their date of birth and passport number, all sorts of things. Again you can look at this. We also have the blog article that talks about these things, so you can read the blog article for more information. Now, in terms of checking H1B lot results, there is a lot of confusion among many, right? Like, okay, how can I check this online? What can I do? Can I check myself and all of this, right? So the first thing is the H1B applicant cannot check the H1B lot results online themselves. They cannot really use the beneficiary confirmation number that is on the registration notice, or when you submit it, you get a number. You can't use it to check on USASK status website. Only employers or attorneys who submitted the registration can check by logging onto the USCIS website, or where the H1B registration was submitted, right? So they need to log in. Again, they'll get a notification. After that, they'll need to log into the registration system, and then that's where then they check that, right? So usually they get an electronic notification that says that we have taken an action on your case and things like that, right? Again, it doesn't tell the result, but it just tells that something has changed. You see these also for non-selected ones the later part of the year, but again, right now, if you get something like this, your employer gets something like this, then that means that there's a positive result on that, right? This is how it typically looks, right? We talked about it in in the previous slides, right? So you would see selected or not selected. Again, this not selected will not happen now, but for now, if you're selected, you'll be selected, and again it will show submitted. That's it. You can either see submitted or selected, but if there was some issues with payment, it will say payment invalidated. So what you see on the left is something from the past samples, but what you see on the right is the current year, just to give you a comparison of how it would look like eventually. In terms of timeline, right? There is a lot of confusion among people. Like, okay, I haven't got it. Is the lot results are done? If you look at the reason for this confusion is we would think that the lot results would come all at once, but unfortunately they do not come at once. They do not really release it, even though it is electronic and everything is should be automatic and at the same time, but it doesn't work like that. This is how it has been working in the past few years, and we don't expect to change now as well, right? So they do not arrive in at once, and they arrive in batches. They trickle down in batches in the next few days, so it can take even up to a week as well. So USAS usually gives an alert at the end of the results saying that they've informed, so that's when you know that everything has been completed. So this, last year it was announced on March 29th. So this year we could expect it would be March 20th or 29th. So as you can see on the screen, this is 3/29 last year. This is for the FY 2023. This is something that they announced in the press release alerts as well. So we expect something like this to come on around March 20th or 29th. So you should see results coming in until then. So don't be disheartened if you don't see the results again. So yeah. And now in terms of common FAQs, right? If you did not get a notification, am I selected or not, right? So again, if you have not got anything yet, do not worry. Just give it some time. It's not end of the world. So there is still time to be, until USS announces, there is still time. So just have some patience, I would say, right? And can you check online by yourself? Again, we covered this. You cannot check by yourself as an applicant. You need to go to your employer or attorney to get this information, right? And let's say your employer said they were selected, but they do not say select. Can I get it online? Unfortunately, you cannot. You need to ask your employer to share the selection notice. There is no way that you can get it online. They need to log into the system and give you that notice. Again, it's up to the employer. It is their property technically. You can't force them to share that. It's up to them. They can share or they cannot. It's up to them. Yeah. So that's the rule as well. And again, can I transfer registration? Because let's say the job is not available or whatever reason, right? Unfortunately, this cannot be transferred. So this is something that has been on your behalf by that employer. So it has to be through that only. So there is no way you can transfer. And will there be second round lottery? So we don't know at this point. Last year there was not, but the year before we had second round and third round as well. So we don't know at this point, depending on how many they select and how the things will move. We don't know at this point. So we'll have to wait and see how things will pan out. Overall, that's it, folks. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe for getting regular updates. If you have any question, please post in the comment section. We'll try to answer. Again, do check the article, the blog covers in detail. Thank you for again watching.